Hello again and welcome back. We're on year 4 of this Let's Play Life is Feudal Forest Village. Very scenic way to start, what? So yeah, I mean, you always have choices, so we've got lots of options on what directions we're going to take, but year 4, I think is the start of our expansion. We'll see. So immediately, -1, so we're almost into the spring. The only live building project is this, the Fisherman's Lodge. Actually, let's get this going. You're eating, you're not. Yeah, so once we get this Fisherman's Lodge done, we can get the fish stocks back up again. Hello, silhouetted. Decent effects. Yeah, we can get let's blow the horn. Bit happier. So yeah, we can get the fish stocks climbing again, because we seem to fall a bit behind on those. And from then we'll probably be about into the realms of growing season. And growing season. Let's have a quick shifty. Right, so we've got a capacity of 29, 19 souls in the village, courtesy of this house that's given us a space for 10 more. So 50% growth coming up in this next year. Big change. So once that gets to +1, which is see, it might. Is that going to turn back? Normally tell if the frost is ebbing away or coming back. So yeah, we've got a bit of a limit on people that we can use. 2, 3, 4. So I can definitely muster a field's worth for them. Oh, just pop them in. So we want another person for that field. This is the other thing. I was thinking about this as I was sort of talking in the intro. We don't technically need spuds because we're in quite good shape for the urgent stuff, so we can feed ourselves. We've got shelter, we've got clothing, we've got tools to work with, we've got the ability to keep ourselves warm, so it's all good. All the basics are covered. There's nowhere near enough meat or fish. We just built that, so can I muster anybody up to put in there? Let's have one of them. That's good. So we'll get 3 fishermen, people, whatever. At some point I'll build like a path, probably a dirt path along there. Let's just see which way he goes as well. Looks like there's a way through there then, from the direction he's going. Amongst the higgledy-pigglediness. Yep. So we need another person to fill that field up. 169 charcoal. Yeah, let's have one of them. That'll do. Right, so that field, we'll get a full field of potatoes out, and then once they've harvested that, I'll tuck that down there so I can keep an eye on it. As stupid as it sounds, we don't need anything. So anything I grow in this field or any other fields this year is going to be for stockpiling purposes. I don't need flax. No skin, so you can come out of there. So 1 hide and... no. 3 hide, 1... oh Christ, I can't read. That's a good start. 3 hides and 6 flax for 1 piece of clothing. So I've got enough flax to make 2 or 3 years worth of clothing. Just don't need any more. Grass, same thing, 1,000. I might stick another field of grass in. I'm not near enough having any benefit from chickens at the minute, so I don't know that there's any point in me building a chicken coop. So I'm thinking the next food production thing I need is fruit. We've got no fruit. What are you doing, by the way? Oh, okay. Nothing, apparently. Let's just give Brett something to do. Mr. Dossy Pants there. Go and gather wood, Brett. And also, we don't have the stone mines and the ore mines. So that's... Oh Christ! I need over 1,000 logs to build those two. But they are imminent, and they are going to be needed. Let's just get Brett going so we can think this through a bit easier. Give you a few things to do. I think the clever thing to do is to clear this area because a field is imminent, isn't it? I can feel a field in our future. If I go that far, that should be more than enough. I'll let the wood grow a bit because it's going to take a while to clear them with one person. And you can pop those hopefully in there. So basically we need wood. There it is, Forester's Lodge there. So it would be clever, I think, to pop one on the other side here. What's the terrain like? That's alright, you can move around well enough. There's a problem, I can always pop a slope in there or something. Where's the... there it is. Yeah. Don't need to, really. Okay. Let's get you doing that as well. Or have I already done that? No. So we need a Forester's Lodge as well out this side, I would say. Other than mines, I'm not really expecting to expand this anymore, really. So... the top end of that radius is going to be level about where the fields are going to run along, so I'm thinking I'm going to expand the line of fields along there. Oh, hello. We've got a peninsula. Excellent. So, if I were to tuck that there... Oh, yeah, okay, that's good. Right, bung that there. Go away. So I need a Forester's Lodge, because we need over twice that much wood just to build the two mines. And also going to need wood to build the field. So at the moment anyway, the working plan is I think an orchard, not a field, an orchard for fruit. We'll start growing fruit. And then probably start working on, get that in I think next. So we can stick another forester in to gather more wood, because we're going to need those mines soon, because I'm going to run out of stone and ore to gather from the immediate area. I don't know. I don't imagine I'm going to get a huge amount of gathering done this year, because I've got no spare people. Couple will become spare as the year goes on, but not really enough. So yeah, formation seed planting from Falkirk. 2, 3, 4. Ah, there's the other bod. 5. So yes, marvellous. I think they're all okay and pottering along rather nicely. I think I can basically ignore these two fields this year. There's no way I'm going to get enough people spare, I don't think, to get anything else out of them. And as I said earlier, if I do, I'm only stockpiling resources anyway, which isn't a bad thing, but at the moment, there's plenty of other jobs to be doing. Yeah. Haven't even got any... Have I got any teenagers? Yeah, we've got 4 teens coming through. Okay. That's promising. So hopefully they'll come up through the ranks. Oh, 4, 3, 3, 3, 3. Oh Christ, I've got a couple of... It's not 2 years in this context, but I think they grow up when they're 6, so it's going to take a while for our first person, Raynar, that a girly word? Yep. To pop up. Methinks the teenagers need to be mining. Oh God, hurry up. I'm taking your time. Ooh. Just walk through a wall. That was well done. Where are we going? Where are we going? Where are we going? Where are we going? Let's do that one. That will do. That's 2. Elsa. Elsa, my love, you have a job. Oh, marvellous. There's 3. Might as well keep this down there since I'm using them. Chammond. Chammond. Here's Chammond. Let's get ourselves over here. Get on with that one. And Myra. Are you done, duck? Move along the bars. That one. Excellent, Ambassador. Not as hassle-free as labourers, but it's not a bad way to get yourself some activity. What are you doing down there? I don't know where I'm going. That way. Let's go that way. That makes sense. Okay. One of the farmers or some such has obviously got nothing to do there. Doing a bit of mining for me. Excellent. No, it's not a farmer, it's Brett. Forgot about Brett. Good man, Brett. Let's just keep the cycle of teens going. That looks like a decent size. Yeah, not huge. We'll go for the stone instead, let that grow a bit. I think we just did Myra. Yep. Chammond. Chabicus. Come hither. Fetch said wood. Excellent. So I'll just keep this cycle up really and ooh. See if I can break out. I'm trapped. I could die. Ah, that's alright. What else? What else? What else? Which other one? Let's do that big fat one over here. Marvellous. So yeah, I'll keep this cycle of teenage labour going until until I can get away without doing it. Really, I think Brett is going to build me a forester's lodge because he's good like that. This is good. Forester's lodge is done, and I've popped a person in there because we need wood. Lost me bearings. Where is it? It's over here somewhere. Through them trees somewhere anyway, I can't bloody remember. I'm on the right side, aren't I? There you go, there it is. Popping a hunting cabin in here too. So we'll have one on both sides. So basically we've got both flanks, if you like, with a supply of logs and a supply of hides and meat. I've used me teenagers, been cycling through them to clear this whole area, terraformed it into a nice little slope, popped the skeleton for an orchard on, nice decent sized one, and I think I've also terraformed this bit because that was cranky as fuck there, to stop causing any, hopefully that won't cause any trouble laying roads and for the villagers moving up and down. So at some point I'm gonna, you know, stick road in there and path, sorry, in there. Not how, of course, because I ain't got anybody. So next priority is the hunting cabin. Then after that I'm thinking it's got to be the mines and the orchard. It's going to take a while for the hunting cabin though, looking at it.
Uh-huh.
Why don't you carry into storage? You should be building, please. Oh, I really got to set the priority on that. Seriously? Yeah, so little steps. But we is moving along, and then at some point in the future I'm going to end up having to, don't have to line them up, but this is going to become obsolete. These little fields are anyway, they're always going to be temporary. But yeah, couldn't quite get them to line up properly. Which, you know, I found in kind of this village building environment, being anally retentive about things like this is actually quite important. You do tend to get a bit into it. But I'll overlook it. Is that straight? Not going to be anyone to trip up a slope there, is there? I don't want health and safety knocking on my door and suing me. Get out the bloody way, I'm trying to see something. Hard to tell. Looks like there's a ridge, but it might just be the foliage. So yeah, next step, hunting cabin, then we'll move on to one of the 3 big builds, the orchard or the 2 mines, I think. Still using the teenagers, I'm afraid. Found myself looking at not an awful lot of progress. Realised we haven't got any stone. A couple of teenagers to gather stone. Now I've just taken over the soul of one of them. Try and get this done before he gets too hungry. Ah, here comes the builder. Thank you for joining us. Just let your younger brethren do all the work, why don't you? Oh. Okay. So that's good. Hunting cabin, I think. I think that'll do. Get rid of that. I'm not going to get the field done and people in it this year, realistically. So I've got 2 foresters' lodges, both with a person in chopping wood and planting trees and stuff. That's them. That's good. Don't need one of them when the charcoaly bod runs out. Is that you?
Huh?
Just gonna do something. Do we want that? That's the one I wanted. Right, that's better. So now there's a fair bit of firewood for that one to work with, so that'll do nicely. So yeah, that single kilner can continue. Oh, really? You seriously expect me to believe that? Alright, I'll pause you then. Sod you. If you're going to be awkward and pedantic, I'll be just as awkward and pedantic. So, I'll have one more person. The way it allocates villages, this game allocates villages to tasks sometimes is just not right. I'm sure there's a fabulous program that does the allocation behind the scenes, but it doesn't always work. So yes, one person making charcoal, just making the last of the firewood into charcoal. So we got, so they're going to be about 250 by the time they're done. So that'll be more than enough to get us well into the winter. I'm alright for clothes, alright for tools. Don't need any of that. I've just started working on that because now I have 2 hunters, one on each side, one over there, along with the foresters' lodges, one over there, one over there. We've got 2 fishermen's lodges, one there. That's creeping up. That value is creeping up, that's good. We have, what is that going to be? Just under 2,800 potatoes, and it says grass, but it's potatoes. I'll just set that to grass so that once they've harvested the field, they'll automatically plant a field of grass for me. Again, don't need it, just stockpiling for building purposes, then I can concentrate on everything else. So to about 9,000 less whatever we use between now and the time it's harvested. So there's going to be like 8,500 potatoes sitting there. It's going to see us well through next year as well. All the way through next year. We probably won't need to grow any potatoes next year. We'll see anyway. So I'm going to let the summer and the autumn just kind of roll by, gathering resources. Need more wood for the building I'm going to do. Need mines to start getting those in, which we're collecting the wood to be able to build. And then when all the farming's done and I've got 3 people, we can start building the mines and that orchard for next year. It's tempting to get that in. I wouldn't get any output from it, but at least they could plant the trees. Yeah, I'm going to regret it if I don't do that. So, slight change of plan, just make a change. Going to get the orchard built and then stick somebody in just to plant the trees and look after it. So that it won't get any fruit this year, but next year it will start producing, you know, midsummer I would guess. So that's good, that's good. And that will add an extra sort of product to their diet so they don't come down with scabies or scurvy or whatever it is. Yeah, I think that's good. That's good. Once again with the help of our teenagers. Myra in this case. The orchard is done. Person on charcoal, I've pulled them off. Got 250 charcoal in store, so that's good. And the builder. So the two out of 3 excuse me, 2 out of the 3 I need for the orchard are busying themselves planting apple trees and doing other such stuff. They've got a well close, so that's cool. Haven't got scarecrows. Can't really do much about that at the minute. Get them ready, but you know, I'll have to wait. More wood. Yours. Very nice, and they're just starting to harvest the spuds. Excellent. Still summer. Height of summer, 30 degrees. That'll be a nice walkway up through the buildings and things I end up with behind there, I think. Nice wide walkway. Yours. It's quite a it's not difficult, but bit of a trade-off. I quite like the wide walkways, but on the other hand you find yourself thinking, if I have it just one wide, then they'll be much more efficient because I can squeeze more in. It doesn't always look as good. It's quite nice having the narrow alleyways in the middle of towns with high buildings, you know, in the middle of your villages when you get high buildings on either side. It's quite a good effect. But even then you want them too wide so you've got enough room to build, because you get street lamps, these ones. And at some point in the future they become relevant because you can't see what you're doing if you haven't got them. And also they look nice. So yeah, I like that. I think I had the biggest I've gone is 6 wide, but it just looks like a chasm and you can't really fill it with anything, so it's a bit of a waste of space, but you know, trade-off. So yeah, anyway, that's the orchard in place. Not expecting to get any fruit from it this year, but it's good because that'll be up and rolling for next year. So we'll just charge through the rest of the summer, growing everything. I've got nobody spare, so no other progress will be made other than growing stuff. We had 2 teenagers come up through the ranks. Pop the first one into the orchard, so we have a full rank of 3. Oh, gatherers? No, what are they called? Gardeners, that one. It began with a G. We've also plummeted in terms of temperature, so got grass growing. Not going to have a huge crop of it, but again, we don't need it. We're just building it for stockpile. There's a decent sort of field of it there. I don't suppose we're going to get it all up because it's just too big a field. That's my own fault really. With hindsight I should have moved to a smaller field or something. And I've got the second of the teenagers who came through, just building me 2 scarecrows ready for next year, really. Yeah, no apples, but that's alright. So we'll get them out of the field anyway, because it's a waste of time keeping them in there. And I think we have enough. Where is the wood exactly? Where's the shed? Warehouse thing, there it is. So we've got 600 in there. That means a good proportion of it's up there. Oh, that's annoying. Alright, what's most important? Or I guess we'll start with that one. On we go with the ore mine. So basically the field will keep harvesting. We're not going to get it all out, but they'll keep harvesting that until it reaches -1, at which time all the grass will die. Good penny, dear. Very fashionable. I don't know if it's my imagination, but the colours seem to be getting better as well. Maybe I just didn't notice, but I mean, it probably helps with the new rig and the graphics card and all that, but it just seemed to be a bit more vibrant. Wonder how it'll come out on YouTube. So what have we got? So now we have space for 29, 28. Christ, so yeah, we've almost had the full complement of new arrivals. Where's the last one going to pop up? There it is, in the small ice. 14s that will be coming of age, I guess, during the winter. Certainly a couple of them at least. Well, that'd be 3, wouldn't it? Because we had 5 when we started off. This year, I mean. Just drop one of them off. Right, so that's the 2 scarecrows done, and that's all ready to go for next year. That's brilliant. Cracking on with that nicely. Starting with the wood, although I can't. Taking your time, come on. Did I have it on pause and I forgot it? Something. The fish is going down. What's that about? Okay, let's try and make sense of this. So, Jeremy lives there, that's good. Vivian lives there. Yasmin, hello, where are you off to? No, they all live close. What's going on then? There's 2 in this one, of course, so they are producing more, but that was a good peak. So they're still producing enough. I mean, this is normally up at about 20 on average. It's a bit below average. So it's just not fishing as well as it might otherwise do. Yeah, fair bit of it. So there's not a huge amount of area to fish in their circle, their radius, but not in that one either. That's doing okay. Okay, well, maybe we're just simple. Christ, it's almost gone. Maybe it's as simple as we're just consuming a shitload of fish, I guess. It's not good though. Might have to stick another person in there. There we go. So yeah, as we head towards the winter, we're into the fall. I think the first, no, it's not frost, is it? That's just worn dirt. So yeah, as we head towards the fall, we're in fantastic shape for the food. Bit miffed about the fish. See if we can't get that climbing again. If not, I might have to build a 3rd fisherman's lodge. You don't normally need 3 fisherman's lodges when it's this small, less than 30 people, but Maybe I'll, you know, maybe I'll do. I'm wondering if I should go about farting around with terraform. No, that's quite deep. It falls off quite quickly there. Okay, well, we'll have to get a road. Well, I can't get a stone road because I haven't got any stone. But we'll have to get a path out to that fisherman's lodge to make their journey time a little more efficient. Probably get to about there and then run out of stone. Hey ho. So yeah, we'll get the ore mine going, get that built. That'll take a while. Then when that's done, we'll crack on with the stone mine, and that will probably fill a good proportion of my winter months. Charging along. And the snow's full. We're down into the minuses, so growing season has stopped. I've laid, while I could see before the snow came, laid a stone path up to there. There's a higgledy-piggledy dirt path, but it's continuous, so that'll be alright. So they'll walk like strange people as they're wiggling along it, but that'll be good. Make the journey a bit quicker and a bit easier. So presumably now yeah, there we go. So my 5 former fielders now will start the adventure of building the stone path and then cracking on with the dirt path. Just see if we can't get the fish up, because it badly needs getting up. So anyway, yeah, another good growing year. Didn't put a huge amount of effort in, as you can see. Over 8,000, nearly 8,300 spuds. Nearly 1,500 hay. Not much to do with it apart from building. It becomes useful for cattle and sheep, I think it is, from memory later. Or pigs? No, sheep, I think. Just the fish, really. So we've got a couple of hunters out. We've got 2 foresters out. Nobody working on Feudal. That'd be an idea to do that, really. Get somebody logging firewood, and then I can just slip somebody in one of the charcoaly things at some point. I'll make sure I can use that later. While these 3 bods plod away with my ore mine. I also need to pop a little dirt road in there as well from the mine. Don't need to, but I will, because it will make them more efficient, and it's worth doing, especially when there's so few of you. Like a Christmas scene on a postcard. How very lovely. I shouldn't really find it so amusing, but look at the dances that some of these bleeding villagers do, especially on this bit. Just trying to pathfind their way out, I guess. Really? Oh Christ, he bounced so far off of the track they ended up cutting a tree down. Clever. Painful. I might have to terraform that bit out. That's just nasty. It seems to be more prevalent on the higher speeds. Doesn't seem to matter as much. What are you doing? You're fishing. Don't want to ruin you. Yeah, I might have to tidy that up a bit. I've been trying various little sort of efficiency tweaks, because the fish is just lingering at bugger all, and you know, the fishermen were being drawn from these houses, so oh yeah, that's right, originally they weren't, and then when I looked the next time, they were. 2 of them, I think, out of the 4 were coming from up here. So I changed them all and got them all organised so they were down there. Same with the kilners. They were also 2 of the 3 were coming from the house up here, so I changed them. And now I believe they will come. There's one. There's the other two. Yeah, so I can't do anything about the Lumberjack's Lodge. They both come from up there because I haven't got enough room down here. It's insisting on putting the children down here at the moment, which is quite annoying given that this is where all the work's going on. Yeah, oh, there it is. So the ore mine's coming up for completion. I've got an eye on doing the stone quarry as well, but the problem is 510 wood for a building there. It's all going to come from that warehouse, so no time at all. They're going to have nothing to chop into firewood, which is annoying. Later on, when you have caravan stables, you can just set a couple of donkeys to moving stuff between your warehouses, but at the moment I haven't got them, so I can't. In the not too distant future, I'm also going to set up, I doubt it'll be this winter, don't know, but I'm going to set up to do firewood and charcoal up this end, so they can provide. Need a barn to do that, of course, to store them in. Sorry, not of course. You need a barn to store that particular group of products in. So I'd have to build a barn, but I've got to start thinking about getting these self-sufficient. Although it's not a huge journey from there to there, the quicker I get them producing their own goods up there, the better, really. Then I don't have to faff around like I've just had to in trying to get villages in the right place when the AI, I guess it would be, doesn't. I've tweaked this as well, you know, I've terraformed that bit and then... Ooh, that's a bit of a dodge. And then created a wider path for the villagers to go along there, try and cut a few bits of nonsense off. So yeah, just little tweaks. At the moment I have the opportunity to do this and the picture isn't that big and confusing that you can. I like this part of the game. When you've got things, little tweaks that you can do and need to do to make it easier because you've got so few people to work with that you're looking for every little tweak you can find. Like that. Yes. So where are we now anyway? We're in the winter. Let's get this sped up. Oh, yes, that's the one. So we're in the winter of year 4. -4. So we're nowhere near in the midwinter yet. There you go, that's them done. Decisions. I suppose really I should just... Alright, let's get 3 in there, 2 in there, leave 1 out to do some gathering. And you're not gathering. Right, we've got any decent bits of wood down here we can gather. Oh god, is that a tree? No, it looked like it was a tree in the middle of the kiln. Clearly not. Right, good. So that'll put another 50-60 wood into that warehouse. Still not enough though. Yeah, I think this winter I might have to just satisfy myself with getting the clay and the ore stores up. In the hope that this lumberjackery person... Brett, where do you live, Brett? Good, oh that's good, that's good. So I'll just let Brett do his thing and keep ferrying wood back to this warehouse. I'll tuck that up there actually so I can keep an eye on it. Until we know we have about 550 or so wood in that warehouse so we can crack on build the stone quarry. As I mentioned before as well, it's easy to paint yourself in a bit of a corner because now of course I'm looking ahead and thinking, right, next year want another big house, increase the village by 10 because I've got food, but I can't do that because I haven't got the building resources. And although I'm producing these two now and I'm trying to get a stone mine built, now it's usual stuff, it's balancing act, deciding, right, do I go for the stone mine or do I sort of terraform, level the area so I can pop another house in, probably pop it alongside there actually. Yeah, always the balancing act, deciding what you need to do first, what's most beneficial. It's all very interesting though. I do like it.
Uh-huh.
The flow, if you like, of progress. I've not got the balance quite right at this precise moment. Won't take long to recover, but I took my eye off the ball with those resources. Too busy doing other things like farting around trying to get the fish input up, and it's not made any difference at all. So it might just be that it's one of those seasons where the fish aren't biting. I haven't overfished it because I've only had one person in there. I only just put a second one in. And I don't really want to put a fishing lodge there because it's so shallow. Yeah, I mean, you can see the stones there. It doesn't get deep till about here, or deeper. So I don't really want to stick a fishing lodge there. It'd be a bit of a waste of time. And I could faff around and do a mixture of terraforming and where is it there? The bridges and that sort of stuff, little bridge sections, to get a fishing lodge in its own little island out here. But again, that's just a pain in the arse to do when you don't have many people. In 19 adults. I've got one just come out. Oh no, I've had them anyway. 19 adults, and just gotta decide what I'm going to do and what I'm not going to do, really. Oh, right, I've set my single labourer to gathering here. So the stone, the ore, basically everything. Stone, the ore, the grass, and then some of these big selective trees. Yeah, and we'll terraform that, try and give ourselves a plot to build the next big house. So at least I know what resources I need, don't I? Because all I've got to do is do that. God, 360 more wood, 140, 180, and 80. Right. Where is it? Through there somewhere. Yeah. So there's a fair bit of stone and ore lying around up here, which is good. You know, can gather it around over here, shitloads, within a small radius, quite a short radius of this warehouse. So we can fill the warehouse with the stuff lying around. God, I was so busy talking, I didn't realise we're in a year 5. And that'll be waiting now, of course. Yeah. So we will get there, but I think this next house is going to have to wait a while. Because there are now other priorities. As for year 5, I think the decision is whether we carry on growing things or just don't bother and just build and grow. There is the opportunity to do that, which is quite nice. So on that note, we'll wind this episode up. That's the end of year 4, and yeah, year 5 to be or not to be. See you soon.